What is going on, guys? And I am back. I was going to tell you the story of how my laptop sucks my nuts and how Dell support is one of the worst things I've ever seen. But let's not do all this hoopla blue blah bullshit, and let's actually just get into some nice funny stories that you guys are used to from me. So I wanted to talk about my ex-girlfriend and why she is a crazy bitch. So the first story I want to tell you, and this story is like the mother of all stories of why my ex is a bitch. And to give you a little scenario, we dated for about 2.5 years, and we were the kind of couple that used to fight every single day. And I do blame myself for that, just because I jinxed it about a month and a half in. I was never in a long relationship, and I think the longest I had was like a month and a half. And about 2 months into the relationship or something like that, we were sitting down eating dinner, and I went to her. I was like, I never see us fighting. We were just perfect for each other, blah, blah, blah. And the very next day, we had our first fight. So it is my fault. I jinxed it. But this woman is crazy, and you're going to see why. So the first story I want to tell you, and again, this is the mega bitch story, or the most extreme. So I'm off at college, and every weekend she would come down and visit me. And, it was a very nice thing she did. She drove like 4 hours every weekend. She said it was because she missed me, but I think it's because she didn't want me cheating on her. Or she didn't trust me. So, of course, being down in college, we were at bars and stuff. And at this time, you could still smoke in Illinois in the bars and stuff like that. So, we're hanging out with our friends. And at the end of the night, I'm walking out smoking a cigarette, and a girl stops me. She's like, "Excuse me, can I bum a smoke?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, here you go, no problem," and walked away. Well, my ex took that as she wanted my penis, because as soon as I walked out of the bar, she was giving me the third degree. She's like, "Who the fuck was that?" And I'm like, "Who are you talking about? What is going on? Who's that girl you gave the cigarette to?" "I don't know, some chick. She just wanted a cigarette." I said, "Here you go." I didn't. "She wants to fuck you." "How the fuck did you get that?" And it went into this whole big fight. Someone, please post a comment of how you get "Can I bum a smoke" to "I want to smoke your dick." I mean, literally. She asked like 5 words. Can I bum a cigarette? Yeah, five words. Maybe 6. I don't know. How do you get that? Seriously, how do you get that? So yeah, that was like the mega crazy story for you. I mean, there were some other ones. I just blocked them out of my head, because she was just fighting about everything and anything she could think of. So the next story I want to tell you, it's not really a crazy story from her. It was just me and her decided to go on this cruise. And we were about a year and a half into this relationship. And I was never on a cruise before. I've never been to any exotic place. I've been in the sun before, but I was like in, like West Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, those kind of places, doing some service work. But I was never in this, tropical, sun before that. The heat rays are 10 times more, exposure to your body. So they had a casino there, so I was doing, most of the time the casino thing. And we did, some scuba diving, and, we took a trip to a Bacardi distillery and stuff like that. And, she was always laying out in the sun. And one time she's like, "Hey, why don't you not go to the casino yet? Why don't you sit out and talk with me for a little bit?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So we're sitting there, and I was probably out there for about 30, 45 minutes. And I did put some lotion on my, my face and my arms. I'm Irish, so I know I burn. Well, I never put it on my legs, just because, my legs, I had shorts on that were covering up to about my knees, and I have hair, on my, knees and knees to ankles. So I didn't think I needed, sunscreen there. So we're sitting there, and I seriously was not out there for longer than an hour. So that night, I had the worst sunburn ever. And I've had sunburn before. This by far, it was like 2nd degree sunburn. I had blisters. It was all red. I couldn't even sleep. I couldn't even have the covers on my legs because it hurt so much. And a helpful tip for you guys, never peel dead skin off of sunburn. And I'm going to tell you why. If you've ever been on a cruise, you know they have captain dinners. At the captain dinners, you have to dress appropriately. You know, shirt, a button shirt, tie, and some khakis. You know, that's the appropriate attire. Like business casual, pretty much. Well, I decided to peel the skin, and we had the captain's dinner the very next day. I could not even sit in the pants. I did sit in them, but I was in pain the whole time. I couldn't even eat my food, which was steak and lobster, of course, but I couldn't even eat it because I was in so much pain. People, after 3 days of having this sunburn and peeling it off, people at the airport while we're sitting waiting for the airplane came up to me and were like, "Are you okay? Like, do you need something?" It was that bad. So I hope you guys like these stories. I got more coming. Until next time, later.